Hello everybody and welcome to my vlog. Yesterday I had an audition to be a monster for LA Haunted Hayride and boy did I suck. Alright, let me tell you a little bit about what exactly happened. So I got this invitation to audition for Haunted Hayride by email and I actually auditioned for them last year and it was a disaster and I thought maybe this year I'll get to become a monster. So I went to the studio where they had auditions, and it was actually the last day they had auditions. They've been doing it for about 3 or 4 days, and it was for season 9, so it's I guess ninth year of doing it. They are putting some performances for Halloween, and they need actors to scare visitors. I guess wearing monsters outfits and whatnot, and doing some kinds of theatrical presentations that would supposedly scare the shit out of you. They gave me some paperwork to sign, like my tax information and eligibility to work. I guess it's kind of useless if you are not getting hired, and no way I got hired. So I did that, and after about 10 minutes of waiting, they called me in. They actually called me and two other guys who were there, and it was like three of us auditioning. There was one man there, he was a creative director, and two ladies were sitting on a couch taking notes on laptops. So the creative director explained to us that we would need to perform a task, and the task was that we would he would play music, and at first we would portray like a crucified crow that would come to life, and then after the music would change, we would turn into wild animals and just go prancing and jumping all over the place. So I was second to go. The first guy, he did kind of pretty decent performance, nothing special, but I could tell he has some background in movement. Like he had this nice fluid movements that I wished I have. And second one was me. So I guess I kind of did okay on the first part when a crucified crow came to life. I had this stiff movements, kind of like epileptical seizures. I'm a bit kind of stifled guy in general, so it was a bit of a second nature to me to give you stiff movements. But on the second part, when I was to portray a wild animal, I really sucked. I was just jumping like a fool, and I really wanted to just walk out of the torture chamber and never look back. I could sense that a producer and two other hopefuls were looking at me and kind of thinking, ha, at least I'm not this guy. Then the third guy did his presentation. He said he used to work in Disneyland as a pirate, and I could tell he had some background, but he was just too obese. And it's dog eats dog kind of world, and you'd better be fit, to be a monster. So after we all did that, the producer asked us what does Halloween mean to us, and the guy to my left said that he always dressed as a vampire and that Halloween is a big thing, all this yada 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 standard speech. And the guy to my right kind of tried to sell himself by speaking like Dracula and talking about his pirate experience, whatever. So in short, these guys were trying to sell themselves while I nailed a few nails to the coffin. I said honestly that I grew up overseas, so Halloween doesn't really mean a lot to me. Well, that's true, who cares about that? But I said I embraced it when I moved here. And that was the end of my short but powerful speech. The last question that a producer had for us was that if we had any special skills, like he was looking for pole dancers and a guy who drove tractor. And I said, of course, I have a special skill. I could drive a tractor. And the scary part was that I don't know how to drive a tractor. And imagine how much fear would that instill on people who would be there. Hey, get out of my way! I don't know what I'm doing, but I might run you over! Whew, that's probably the scariest part of a haunted hayride that they had in all 8 or 9 seasons. And ladies on laptops kinda laughed a little bit, and the producer just looked at me, and I could tell that ninth season is not going to be my season. Oh well, there is always a 10th season, I guess. Whew. So I guess I just need to wait another year. And then, who knows, maybe I will run someone over with that tractor. Peace and love. That was very scary.